while back, I was talking to a friend who's a psychologist, and she suggested there was a model out there some people were talking about that says that memory is composed of two wheels. A small wheel that gathers in the information of the day, and a much larger wheel, the wheel of your life, in which this small wheel at the end of the day will spin off its information to the larger wheel. And this is the way it should work. The daily stuff goes here, and at night, REM sleep, whatever it might be, it finally spins off into this life wheel that we have. Now, I talk about this because when people cannot forgive, I think what's happening is they are choosing not to let that go. Now, I make an exception for people who are suffering from PSTD, coming back from war, veterans, people who have survived childhood abuse. Theirs is a whole different category. I'm not sure that how they can ever learn to live with what happened to them. But with God's grace, and with therapy and help, I believe they can. But I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about you and me. And when we record our day, we put it on this small wheel. A lot of times, we pull it back and feed it a little bit. We feed a little hurt that's happened. We feed something that hurt our feelings. And because we feed it, because we re-feel it, because we resent it, resentment means re-feeling, it stays in that wheel. Now, I don't know how long it will stay there. As long as you feed it, it will be there. And if we keep adding things to it, pretty soon you can imagine what happens to your psyche. There's no place for the rest of your day. We need to challenge ourselves into not feeding our hurts. I think that's the only solution. God gives us the gift of forgiveness. We have to make the field fertile for Him by giving up the fun that we have in feeding our resentment to someone else. I do believe that a lot of times we enjoy it. We enjoy the anger. We enjoy being mad at someone. We enjoy our unforgiveness. And this is, I think, what God is talking about in this gospel. When we are this way, we are so closed off, we cannot enter into relationship with God or with anybody else, for that matter. We'll never be able to take the pain of a day and put it on the life wheel, where it will be there. We'll remember it all the time, but we'll remember it without pain. That's the whole mystery. The pain is in the small wheel spun off to here. We will always remember. Let's go back to 10 years ago. I was watching it on TV. I was shocked. I was angry. I was hurt. I wanted revenge. I wanted all those things I think everybody else did. But I was 2,000 miles removed. I was watching it on a TV set. I did not experience losing someone dear to me, a family member, a friend. I was not there as I could smell the dust or something like that. The suffering they went through, and I think probably many of them suffer from PTSDs. Post-traumatic stress disorder, I believe, belongs to so many of those people. But that wasn't mine. And so I could easily take that event, and it was painful, and finally spin it off to where it needs to be. But then September 11th rolls around each year, and then 10 years, which is always a big deal, we bring this back. And we bring it back, I don't think just to remember. We bring it back in such a way to experience the pain again. We do not, if we re-experience that pain, we are not going to be able to forgive. We have to be able to recognize and remember what happened. We can experience great sadness for what happened. But if we cannot rid ourselves of the pain, or if we relive it, and it's very hard not to. It's on TV all the time. Every time you turn around, they're giving it a special. And reliving the pain, well, the pain will paralyze us. And so I think the challenge for you and me is to not feed the pain, to let it be and let it spin itself loose and find its place in our life. And we will remember. We'll never forget 9/11. But when we remember with sadness and with grief and not with anger. And this will temper our reaction. It will temper how we react in the next 10 years.